From Bloomberg World Headquarters in New York, this is Street Smart.
A merger in the online retail sector this week with the acquisition of Shop.com by Market America. Market America CEO James Ridinger promises it will revolutionize the shopping experience.
And man, JR, how can you say this thing's going to work? It's going to work because it's an idea whose time has come, and I'm going to make it work. Everything that someone wants on the internet in one place on one URL. And you know what's beautiful about it? For once, it's not dependent on your education, your bankroll, your connections, or your background. All you have to have is a little sweat equity and desire to make it happen, and you can be free.
Please welcome the founder, the chairman, and the chief executive officer of Market America, Shop.com, and our worldwide family of companies. Ladies and gentlemen, J.R. Ridinger! Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey guys, you ready? Here we go. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Amazing. This is it. It's going to be an explosive year. Do you feel it? What do you think about what Mark Ashley showed you? Isn't he great? My hat's off to him. I want to thank Mark Ashley for making it happen, and taking the leadership. Relentlessly, he banged it out. You know, I was banging it out for 5 years and beating you up about it. He finally got it, and it's here. The shopping annuities landed, and we're here. You feel it? You're going to get rich. You know, I just need to know what your belief level is at this point. So, did you like the shopping annuity products, the IBV, super IBV products, the best choices, the Rastelli Foods, the Restaurant.com, the travel? Did you like it? Let me hear it. Where's the... Okay. Okay. You guys see that? So let me ask you a question. Does everybody buy those things already? Already. Okay. Now, if you owned a hardware store and you needed nails and hammers, what would you be if you went to Lowe's or to Walmart and bought the same things that you had at wholesale from them at retail? What would you be? Stupid. You said it, not me, for the first time. Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you going to transfer them, those products? What did I do?
We're taking these off.
That's my power. Are you going to transfer those products that you just saw, that you already buy, that you get 25 to 50% IBV on for less money? Are you going to transfer them to the shopping annuity and convert your spending into earning? Are you? Wait a minute. Who's going to do it? Who's going to place that order? Okay. Wow, I think I know the answer to the next question. Are you going to qualify as a Shopping Annuity Master member with 300 IBV for the quarter because of that? Are you? Woo! You're going to get rich. You're going to get rich. Oh, one last question, especially you guys. Are you going to get your team to do it? Your team. That means check. Okay. Wow. That means you're going to earn IBV checks if you have an organization. If you don't, it'll accumulate, and when you get an organization, you're going to start to earn 2 checks, not 1. Do you understand that? See, I'm not worried about the shopping annuity anymore since the last 6 months. I always knew it was a mechanism that would take us to be like a Google, relevant to everybody. Everybody needed it. You'd be stupid not to do it. It would be explosive. We're there. And it's just going to get better and better. So I don't need to pound the gong because it's going to get to the point where it's so easy, so economically sensible that you would be dumb, and anybody you know that would be dumb not to do it because everybody shops and everybody wants to save money. So I don't need to do that. But you do need an organization to really benefit. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Because I know the other's happening, and if you have an organization, you're going to get rich. Okay? So, I do need one thing from you. We've done a lot to try to make this better for you. Mark's busted his ass. The team's really going to work. Did you see all of those products that they already got changed to free shipping? They used to be 2 to 5%. They're now 10 to 20%. Understand digital aggregation. The greatest power in the world is people power. Our collective buying power forces the economics. So those products can be double that. Did you hear me? They can be higher. So when we vote, you're exercising your economic muscle. The establishment wants to keep us separate. We're not separate, and we're monetized. And with digital aggregation, that means you buy what you want, but amongst us all, there's 5,000 people that buy that. If you vote, I will go to the manufacturer, authorize Eddie and Marty to tell them, we guarantee 2,500, but we want 10% more. It's going all to the unfranchised owners at IBV. Can we do that? Will you vote? Will you vote? And get your team to vote. Okay. I'm going to do my absolute favorite thing in the world. Well, second favorite. My first favorite is showing the plan. Showing the plan. I'm going to talk about how I build this business. I've been doing it for, I hate to say it, 40 years. And I love it like I did 39 years ago. I'm really good at it. It's my gift. You're here because of it, whether you know it or not, directly or indirectly. So, I'm going to talk about how to build the business fast to last. You want to learn how to build a business fast to last? Now, you're going to have to stop doing it the way you're doing it, because that wasn't fast to last. It's easier to build the business faster than it is slow. Remember that. You might as well get it done and put a lot into it, because it's a lot easier. A lot of you are doing it the hard. I appreciate your staying power, believe me, I really do. But it makes me sad that you're not getting the success and checks that you should be, because I think you know it can happen. It's just stuff's in the way, and the way you do it is an uphill battle. I want to show you a slippery slope. And this is the way we built it in the beginning. Elizabeth and Rick have agreed with me to do it over again. We're going to do it over again. You know why? We had so much fun. It's not the money even. We had so much fun. So I want to show you how we do this, the fast way to earn a solid six figures. Now, for the last few months, I decided to go back into the field, and we did these, I call them therapy sessions, teaching sessions, coaching, strategizing sessions with people that have emerged that want to do it again. Some of them are old timers. You know, people like Steve Harris that said, I need to build a legacy. I'm hitting the next pin level. I'm going back to work. Amazing. I mean, and you know, talk to him. He's even nice now. People that I've been communicating with. You know, I get over 100 emails a week from people in the field, and I very well connect it and answer, and I know what's going on. I find people that they're diamonds in the rough. They're everything that I always prayed for. They're just like, Pam and Tony Bowling or Elizabeth, Weber that I started with. I mean, I said, wow, this is one. And they're struggling. And they don't have any mentorship or help or assistance. And it just kills me. It kills me. And I wonder who is above them. And then, is there any economic incentive? Because they don't care, give them to me or somebody, and try to help them anyway. And it's all about getting something going, and when you set it in motion, it carries in motion. It's not about getting people in. It's about a method that snowballs, that you have to get going. And that's what I do, and that's what I'm going to try to show you now. Are you ready for it? Okay, so the thing about this is I have groups of eight people, because it was up close and personal. They tell their horror story, and we listen. We understand them, what they've been going through. We connect, and we show them how to do it, and then follow up for 3 months. We haven't done the best job of following up instantly. I got to get Andrew to help me on that. Now I got Elizabeth on my team. We're all in. We're all in. Okay, so we'll do it again. I'm going to do it again after World Conference. Pam, I got to get into your side. Some of my Tampa orphans. Pittsburgh orphans. I got legs, like you guys do. And of course, we're sweeping the country with the corporate team, with business building seminars, and I hope that you participate. So at any rate, here's what I have to do. When I work with somebody, I need to know something about them. I need to know what's going on. It's like going to the doctor, whether you like it or not. In order to examine you and help you, he's going to have to do your vitals. So I'm not trying to expose you. I'm not trying to intimidate you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm not non-judgmental, totally. And I know that everything that you're not doing or everything that's wrong, there's a reason for it. Because you got in, you chose a 2 to 3 year plan, you're still in, and you're in pain. And you want it to work. That's everything to me. So I'm not trying to put you down. But I got to know what you're doing. Are you breathing? You know? And so I ask these questions. And for some people that have been around for a while, they think the business has changed. They say it's harder than it used to be. It's complicated. But when we look at this, they haven't shown the plan in 5 years. Okay, it's okay. But that makes sense. You understand this? And we can correct that real quick. Other people are working hard. These are the ones that get me. Listen to this now. They are killing themselves. They are working as hard as they can. They're doing everything. They breathe, eat, sleep, puke, and excrete Market America. And they're not going very far. Those are the ones that really, really bother me. By the way, you know, Andy and Jody Dokis are on it too. They're back. A good attitude, you know, doing the program. What, 30 people, new people here? So, you know, I don't know what you think about Andy, but if he can do it, you can do it. I want them to be stars. That's what I'm looking for, stars, new stars. We did it once, we're going to do it again. Okay, so they got to give me that. Understand why I'm telling you this. If you're going to start writing me and asking me to be on this program, I can't take everybody to start with. You get your turn sometime. But I got to know some things. And we got to be honest. And there's going to be no judgment. But I do things differently. You're not going to hear me agreeing with you. It didn't work your way yet. Okay? I'm going to show you the way we did it. And, you know, then I got to know what your organization looks like. I got to know. And listen, I have all the information already, so I'm finding out if you're lying. Are you an honest person? Okay? You might be honest, but just embarrassed. And so we get through all that stuff. We're going to bond. And this is how you build the business anyway, right, Rick? It's the same process of bringing somebody in. Okay. Now, I'm going to show them or show you, and in a very condensed session today, I'm going to show you basically what I do with them or teach. And I got to tell you something. It took a while. I haven't done the best job of staying with them because it really takes staying with them. But people are having it happen. They're getting what I call the process, the geese formation going, the geese procession. They're getting the evaluation technique to lead the people, not letting people in before they lead the people. And it's going with at least, you know, 1/4 of them. It's just so thrilling to see people that were suffering, that were good, now growing. Right, Andy? You seeing it? Elizabeth? So that's what I want you all to start to do. To find a spot way down where there's somebody that you can start over. Start over with them. And in 90 days, get them to be an executive coordinator, professional coordinator, and make it happen. If that qualifies a leg for you, you're going to be happy. Okay? Okay, so I got to tell you this. The basic 5 came from evaluating every possible way and identifying the commonalities and the golden thread that ran through everybody that made it. And it's very true. But it's like the laws of physics. Gravity, okay, gravity. What are you going to do with it? Like, in other words, you know these things, but we become callous to them. You know, are you really doing the basic 5? What do you got to do to build a business? Follow the system and do the basic 5. What does that mean to anybody anymore? See, what I got to do is do it with them so they understand what that basic 5 is from me doing it with them. Then they see it. Are you understanding this? Because it doesn't mean anything. So I build it with them, and they learn it from doing it with me. So I've been doing this for 40 years. I've had 4 organizations. The first one I got in with the big A, I set records, was an Amazon. Another company got started because of the antiquated marketing plan, okay, and it was like changing gas stations. You know, I was going to BP rather than Shell. I was serving another gas. Same organization. And I set records there. It was the top pen level. Did it a 3rd time because the owner went crazy and imploded it, or 60 million. Got the rug pulled out from underneath me. And did it a 4th time with Market America from scratch. Didn't bring any big hitters. Didn't bring organizations. Started from scratch. Now, some people hit levels in the business that are in the Hall of Fame, and they make hundreds of thousands of dollars. You only need 2. They could have had 1 by accident. You only need 2, and it might have happened by luck or accident. That doesn't mean they know how to do it. The question is, can they do it again? So if you're one of those people that enjoy the benefits of residual income and having built an organization, I know you made your contribution, I know you worked, but could you do it again? They can drop me in any town, anywhere in the world, and in 30 days, I'll have people interested. I'll have it going. In 90 days, I'll have somebody hitting checks. And in 6 months, there'll be a professional or above with people under them earning weekly. Anywhere, doesn't matter. Because this always, 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 always works. So I don't know about your way. I am not here to say that my way is the only way that has ever worked. All I'm saying is the only way that I can guarantee is my way. You're all here because of it, directly or indirectly. But I know it works. It's hard to teach. It's easier to show and do it with them. Now look, Dennis builds a little differently than me, but the fundamental elements of it are exactly the same. So I'm not saying that everybody that's made it has done it exactly this way, but I don't know how much luck's involved, and I do not know if they can do it over, but I do know that my way works and I can do it over whenever I need to. Do you understand that? I'm trying. Okay, so I do the health check. I need their why. I need their goal statement. Extremely important. They don't have one? No problem. Let's start. Let's get one. They have to bring their goal statement to everywhere they go. I want to know the senior partner, and I'm going to try to get them involved, give them a chance to do it with us. I want to know their hard luck story and their misery so that I can cry with them, feel their pain, and try to get them out of it. Does that make sense? This is what I do. So now we have to produce people. Let's talk about that. At the end of the day, the business is going to work when you find people that are entrepreneurial or that are open-minded to building a residual income. Isn't that true? You need that, don't you? Everybody needs that. That's part of it. Just like Walmart needs people to come to the store and see the greeter and buy stuff. No different. That's what you need. You say, oh, you need people. Everything needs people. What are you talking about? You know, Market America, you can't run the company without employees and people and associates and partners. Anything you do, you need people in. So that's not unique to this, and doesn't make this bad. Okay, does that make sense? Are we all in agreement? Say amen. Okay, so you set out to recruit people. Oh! You use that word. How many people want to be recruited into something? You know? Now look, I respect people to get recruited in the military and defend our country, but I don't think it was what they wanted to do for fun. They did it because of honor and obligation, you know, and pride. You see? But recruit, now let's find out. How many people like to be recruited into something? You know, it has something, I mean, it has connotations of force, manipulation. I want to qualify people into Harvard. I want to qualify people into the Shopping Annuity. I want to qualify people into the unfranchised. And I can only work with so many. And aren't you blessed? Because I can only work with so many, and people I work with make big money. And that's my attitude. I'm just not going to let you in, and I'm not going to recruit you. I'm more interested in finding out about you to know it's even worth talking about. So I'm investigating. I'm building relationships. I'm making friends. I don't need to worry about whether they're going to get in, and I'm not thinking that. They can feel it. It's like a dog knows you're scared of it. You know what I mean? Okay, so I don't recruit, I qualify, and I'm going to extinguish that nasty word. So what I'm doing is living, breathing, acting, having fun. We have a lot of fun. People are curious. Why are you having so much fun? Who are all those crazy people you were with? I'm bubbly, I'm silly, I'm stupid. I joke around. You always were like that too until you got into business and you got lockjaw. You know? Somebody's trying to be friendly to you and you act like you're mentally constipated. You can't get it out. You know what I mean, right? What's wrong with you? Are you identifying with this? Okay, so there's no hurry. Okay? Build relationships, make friends. Relationships first. They're going to ask you what you do. They're going to want to know what's going on with all these people. Put the friendship and the relationship first and forget the business. They're wondering what you do anyway. Did you hear that? Can you do that? Conversation. It's all about conversation. Conversation. So, practice conversation. Practice with your group. Practice with your spouse. Practice with your partners. Conversation. Conversation about the amazing things that we are doing in this business. Paradigm-shifting concepts. Unfranchised. The themes. Don't talk about them as if you're lecturing to get somebody in. Talk about them to enlighten people. Because it's really an enthralling conversation. And if it doesn't come up, don't try to squeeze it in. Talk about them. Their favorite topic in the world is them. You don't need to be, I'm good friends with Kanye West. I love Kanye. He's the funniest guy I ever met in my life. So, The thing about Kanye is you don't got to say much. JR, what do you think about this? I said, I don't know, Kanye. What do you think about it? Oh, well, let me tell you. And 5 hours later, right, Lauren? So get them talking about themselves. And when they're going to do one of two things. After they talk for 1 minute, guaranteed, test this out. Come on, have some fun. Test this out. I dare you. If you can get them talking for 1 minute, they will either complain, bitch. I know what you say when you're not around me. I do the same thing. Okay? And wish. I wish I could do this. I wish we didn't have to work overtime. I wish, and they complain. So when they wish or they complain, ask Steve Harris. That is the button. That's the button. I want to feed it. Really? You had to work 20 hours overtime last week? Oh, yeah. Boy, you wouldn't believe what they did after that. What did they do? Boy, and they just go on and on and on and on. And I'm collecting information. These are the reasons for them to get in the business. They're the reasons for them to look at it. I'm not using my reason. I'm going to use their reason. You really want a sailboat? You know, I don't like sailboaters that much because I'm a yachter, a motor yachter. And every time they come into the marina, the harbor, all the toilet paper's gone. See, I say the thing that everybody else is afraid to say, and it's funny. So I joke around. You guys getting this, or are you bored with it? Okay. So, I'm just having fun with them. They wish or they complain. Feed the wish, feed the complaint. Okay? And you know what? You're going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed. They like you. They like you. You leave and say, man, that guy's really cool. Wow. Who is that guy? I like him. You know why? Because you listen to their bullshit. I'm telling you. They think you're charming. Marty calls it schmoozing. He's an expert at it. Okay, are we okay? Okay, so listen, investigate. I'm looking for relevant facts in the conversation. They don't know it, but I'm evaluating them. And I write them down. Now, the lady, I'm in the lobby of our condominium, whatever it is, in New York. And there's people come and go, you know, in the lobby. There's a lady there with her kids, you know. And, say, hey, how you doing? You live here too? Yeah. Where do your kids go to school? Because we just put ours in. They're really not my kids. They're my grandkids, but I think they're my kids. And so she tells me about the school and what they had to do to get in, you know, and I'm saying, we're thinking about moving. And I say, what's your name? She tells me her name. I write the name down. Because next time I see her, it's going to be, how you doing, honey? Hey, buddy, how you doing? That's what everybody does, right? I remember their name. And I have a little pad, and I write what I find out so I can remember. And I make a point to try to bump into them again. Okay? And they're going to wish or complain. And when they wish or complain, I have no thought of trying to invite them to a meeting or get them in or ask them if they'd be interested. Okay? I want them to complain or wish so that I have the ammunition down the road to get them to say it. Ah! That was a buzzer. That's it. Is that it, Elizabeth, or not? Okay, so it's about relationships, qualifying, evaluating. And when I start with them, we're not going to get anybody to look at it because they might be interested. We only get people to look at it to evaluate it, to see if they know the right people. I'm going to say that again. When it gets to the point where they want to know more, or a point where I feel like I should give them the opportunity to know more, I do not get them to see it to get in. I do not get them to see it to get in. At this point, I don't even know if I want them in. Are you hearing me? We are evaluating it. So I get them to evaluate it, and this is what I tell them, to see if they know the right people. Put it on pause. Put it on pause. Put it on pause. I get them to evaluate it to see if they know the right people. I have a question for you. It's on pause. Why would you want to bring anybody into business that can't lead the people? Why would you want to put anybody into business that can't get any customers or won't use the product? Why? To sign them up? To get their 200? You greedy little thing. I only bring people into business for them to succeed. And I don't have a lot of time. I can't do it with everybody. So the people I do it with have to be of the right frame of mind and be able to lead the people. I'm going to do all the work. When somebody gets in, they don't know what to do, but I do know what to do. And I have to do the work. So they better be able to lead the people. And that doesn't mean if they can't, that I don't like them. Tony Bowling taught me always remain friends, because you don't know what's going to happen. Someday, if you keep everybody as a friend, they might become involved. Really good advice, you know. A lot of people treat people badly as soon as they don't want to do it because they're so defensive. You understand what I'm saying? You know? Here's the way I look at it. I am so glad that you can't lead to the right people, because that means you're not qualified to do this. You can't play basketball, but you can play soccer. You're good at something. So now I did not waste my time. Lauren, is that how we do it? We don't want to waste our time. Okay. So the process is about relationships, qualifying, evaluating, sponsoring. Sponsoring is like having a baby. It takes about 9 months of gestation. Have you ever seen how women can't wait to get it out in the 8th month? Oh, I just can't wait. I'll be so blessed when it comes out. You don't know, baby. When he comes out, that's when the problems start. You think it was hard now? Wait until he or she get out. So when I sponsor somebody, it's like having a baby, literally. Literally. They don't know what to do. They got to be fed. They need their bottle. They need their diapers changed. They need to be cuddled. They need to be shown everything. See the rattle? See the rattle? Chicka, chicka, chicka. Everything. Okay? Now, if you get through that, they start crawling. And every little speck of anything that's around, they see and get and eat. You gotta, you know. Then you spend 2 years getting them to talk, and the next 20 years getting them to shut up. Yeah. You know, ask Andy Webb, he's an expert at it. And then they finally walk. Oh, they finally walk. I don't have to carry them. And now you spend the next 20 years trying to get them to stay put. True or false? So then they get into school. This is your person. They're now around other people, other groups, and they start to hear things and pick up bad habits. They come home and cursing or whatever from school. You didn't learn that in this house. So you have to go with them. And then they become adolescents. Well, that's when it gets really dangerous, right? You better be there until they grow up. And when they grow up, they're earning checks. You've done it with them every step of the way. You have people earning under them, and they're earning. And I don't have to do it again. I don't have to do it again. I do it right, so I don't have to do it again. You see? And they love me, and I love them. But moreover, love, screw the love. It's respect. Deep level respect. There's love, too. Okay. So they have to try it out. So now, prospecting for possibilities, not recruiting. I get not prospects really, possibilities. I prospect for possibilities. They possibly might know the right people. See how I think? I don't look at them, they possibly might be good at this, because that doesn't matter. There's a lot of people who would be good at it if they did it, but they're not going to do it. I need possibilities that can lead to people so that I can make it work first for them. So there's no decision, and they copy me. And in that method, it imprints and multiplies forever. You'll miss that. Go back and listen to it on tape. It's almost like a proverb or a prophecy. It's divine. It's the absolute secret grail. David, you think I'm telling the truth? You guys think I'm telling the truth? I'm telling you. You might not know that going in, but looking back, you know it. Okay, so I'm telling you. Now, here's the problem. Listen to me carefully. It takes a lot of time. And you don't have control over the time, because I have to dance with them, and they're setting the pace. I can't all of a sudden jerk them and swing them around. You with me? Come on. I'm going to teach this seminar to Yardley and Lisa and have them with the themes actually do a dance. And we're going to call the themes, which are the steps. Because you can either lead or follow. But you can't go in there and be clumsy and then throw them down on the floor or swing them around like you do. Is this making sense to you? It's exactly like dancing. You don't try to marry them. You don't try to go to bed or anything. You're dancing. And you don't know if you like it. But if they like to dance, one theme to another. Themes are enlightening topics about the business, aspects of it, features of it. Unfranchised, shopping annuity, 2 to 3 year plan versus 45-year plan. You know, digital aggregation, enlightening, timely, interesting topics that make you sound smart and get engaged in an intellectual, enthralling, or social conversation. And I'm just dancing. I'm leading right now. Now they want to lead. If they like to dance, they'll be back. If they like the dance, they'll be back. It takes time, and you're in a hurry. You got to get somebody, right? Okay. So stage one, before that, because you start doing that, the more you believe in the business, the more it'll happen. The more you believe in the business, the more that it'll happen automatically. You cannot believe in this and have your whole identity into it and not sponsor, not qualify, not prospect, not have possibilities. You become a magnet. They see your lifestyle. The only purpose of a social network is to broadcast how much fun we have and what cool people we're with, so that they ask questions so you can start to dance. Am I making any sense to you? Yeah. So I'm going to dance. I don't care if you can't dance good physically. You can dance good mentally. You can dance great mentally. I'm dancing with them mentally. Okay. So, step one, stage one, you don't need to prospect for possibilities, to qualify them, to sponsor some babies. I don't want to have a lot of illegitimate children either. You got to be careful. This person really wants to get in. Did they lead to anybody? No. Go ahead, have another bastard. I don't care. Because that's what you just did. Are you listening to me? Okay, so, there's another method. You ready for this? That you have control over. It requires discipline. It's like working out, exercising. It's like a routine. It's easy to do. You ready for this? So that you don't have to wait on the right moment. And you have time to practice that and start to dance well. Are you with me? Okay, here it is. Let's talk about the agreement and contract to do the business when you started. Most of you do not need to be developing new cold prospects that you do not know, as you haven't gone through the first phase. New cold prospects become warm prospects, okay, by dancing and the technique that I just taught. But you know right now, at this moment in time, and you agreed to it before you got into the business with the Getting Started Guide, if it was done right, 300 people, acquaintances, proven by Facebook, all types of statistical data on this, people from work, people from the bar, people from the soccer team, people from the gym, people you went to high school with, relatives, all that, it's been in your life. And 100 of them, you're close enough to or have seen them recently enough that they know who you are and you could call them. Now, I know you're not going to call them just like that. Let me give you more information. But you know them and they know you. So if you called, they would at least know who you are. Some of them, about 20 of them, you really know well and they know you well and they probably owe you a favor. Or they would do you a favor. True or false? Okay, so you agreed to make a list of 100. And here's how it worked. When you were shown the plan, you chose the 2 to 3 year plan over the 45-year plan. I hope you did. I know that you skirt over that. Sometimes I don't even get to the plan. It's all about why they want the 2 to 3 year plan over the 45-year plan and residual income and generally about how it works. When I'm satisfied that they're just not answering and they really want the 2 to 3 year plan, then I show them the plan. It really works well and I know that Steve Harris used to do this in the coffee shop routines, just show the overview and the 2 to 3 year plan, and then set up the meeting. But if they're really interested and we have time, I can go through it. Because they're only evaluating it to see if they know the right people. It's not about getting them in. Okay, so we have a list of 100 people. And we're going to go through them and call them and ask them to evaluate it. Because you ran across something that's incredible. It's a tracking system on people's shopping, a new digital platform in the internet age, and they're able to track it, and you're able to get a residual income. And I'm just new. I really can't explain it in great detail, but I'm tied right into the top people. And they're giving me an opportunity to do this. I just need you to evaluate it, not because I know that you're busy with work. I know that you're on the PTA and you're doing the soccer team thing, but I know that you know the right people in that community. So I would like you to do me a favor and evaluate it to see if you know the right people. I always give them a reason that makes sense to them, not to me, that makes sense to them why I'm calling them and asking them to evaluate it. You need to have that reason, and then it's easy. How many people can do that? Well, how many people did do it? Okay. So you agreed to do that. You agreed to do that, didn't you? You didn't agree to do it? Okay, you're excused. You're excused. Somebody didn't do that with you. They didn't go over the Getting Started guide. You chose the 2 to 3 year plan. They let you in, and there was an agreement. This plan will work if you do the evaluation technique with 100 people. Well, that's a lot of people. No, 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 no. 2 a week for 1 year. Think about this. 2 per week. You're going to call them up with a reason you're calling them to evaluate it, not to get them in, but to see if they know the right people, and you mean it. How many people got that? I mean, I need to know. Did you get that? Okay, so it's no big deal. It's no big deal, right? There is no threat to them, pressure to them, intimidation. I'm not putting them out. You're going to evaluate it to see if you know the right people, in which case, if you do, it could mean some money to you. In New Jersey, that's called an offer too good to refuse. Do you understand that? How many people understood that? It's not about, oh, you'd be good at this. If you like it, you can get in. No. I don't even know I want them. If they can't lead to any people, it's over. They'll end up buying a product. We'll end up staying friends. We rekindled. Something will happen later. Are you getting this? Oh, I hope so. Okay. Timing's everything then. So I do 2 per week. You know how hard you work at a job? It takes you an hour or 2 to get in. Fighting traffic. You get in there, and there's always something wrong. You get blamed for everything that went wrong and no credit for anything that went right. But you work hard and you love your job. And you come home, you're tired, and you do it the next day, and the next day, and the next day. That's a lot of work. It's called the 45-year plan in the rut, and you do it with love, passion, and dedication. And all I'm asking you to do, 2 calls per week. Hey, David, can you do me a favor? You know, I know that you've been in a lot of businesses and you're smart and your wife's smarter than you. I'd like the 2 of you to just take a look at something that I found. It's an entrepreneurial opportunity in the digital age. We're using the internet to track what people buy and they're shopping, and you can get a residual income out of it. I can't really explain it all. But the person that I know is the top person in the company, and they're giving me an opportunity to start it here in Arkansas. Can you help me out so that I look good and evaluated and see if you know the right people? Can you do that? That's it. 2 a week for 52 weeks, Charlie. 52 weeks. That's easier than going to work 52 weeks. That's 104. Oh, you got 4 extra. Well, I'll tell you what, you can send them back. You went over. Oh, my God. Now, out of that, doing 2 a week, and we're simply going to show the plan. Have you seen the new UBP yet? Faster, easier. If you're new or you have no confidence, there's magic in 2. Somebody comes with you, your upline comes with you, you're agreeing with each other. It doesn't double your credibility, it quadruples it. When you forget to say something, they pick up on it, they say it. The probability of succeeding goes up by over 300%. 3 to 1. So bring somebody with you. You know what they're called? 2-on-1s. 2-on-1s. So if you can't get through the evaluation technique and you're having problems because you sound defensive, because you're, mentally constipated, or you just have an aggravating voice. You aggravate everybody you talk to. So when you do the evaluation talk, you evaluate them, and it's not working out. Or maybe it's your confidence. I don't know what it is. But if you're not getting results and doing it, we then go to 3-ways. Elizabeth's the all-time champion of 3-ways. Sometimes I do it anyway because they're really good and they have really good people. Now, really good, smart people, okay, ask questions. And sometimes they become dominant, or they become argumentative. You understand what I'm saying? So, if I really got that much time left, am I right? Because I got to pace this to get to some things. So, at any rate, this stuff's really important. Are you enjoying this? I'm sweating. So, you write a bio up on them, a bio, facts about them. Give it to Elizabeth, and you call them up and get Elizabeth on the phone with her on a 3-way. Now, how many people here that are in the business making money and have a leg that they need to qualify would love to do that for somebody? Somebody calls up and says, Elizabeth, I want to get started and do the evaluation technique and get the no decision closed and get a pattern going, like the geese walk. I'm going to show you. Will you help me? I'm scared. I need help. Will you call some people with me? If I get them on the phone, I got my banker. I got a guy that I played football with, and he's cuts lawns. He does a lot of extra things. And so Elizabeth is going to say yes. You know why? She needs that leg to qualify. She needs it, and they're not your people. They're her people. They're her people. Until that leg's earning way over $3,600 a week, and every week earning it, they're her people, and she's the best. So you give her the information and get them on the phone with her. It's automatic to her, and they're not going to argue with her. They're not going to criticize her. And if they do say something, is it one of them MLM? They're going to get their skull cracked open, washed out, and put back in. You guys understand this? It's really important. I'm not asking you to sit there and listen and, oh, yeah. If it doesn't get in here, you haven't learned nothing. You're going to keep doing it the same way, and you're going to get the same result. Is that different than what you do? See, that's what I do, and that's what I get my people to do. I love it when they want me to call people with them. And the thing is, they hear how I do it, and they learn on the job, experientially, and they chime in. Okay, so that's what we do when calling 2 per week doesn't get results. Don't give up. We adjust. We're going to figure out, if you're willing to call them, what you're doing right or wrong until it works. And besides that, they're not your people. They're my people. Thank you for bringing me people. It's easier for them to bring you people than you to go find people. That'll hit you on the way home in the airplane. It's easier for them to lead you to people that they already know than for you to find people. So what if everybody in your group does 2 a week and got 25 in your group? That's 50. Oh, things start to change. Are you with me? Okay. So, here's what happens in reality. Let me go back. I've been doing this my whole life. I know everything. You get in. First of all, you shouldn't have gotten in right away. You're a chicken. I'll show you in a minute. You got brought in as a chicken. Limbs fell out and everything, just like a chicken. It's not your fault you're a chicken, but you're pecking away, you know, making a lot of havoc, leaving chicken poop all over the place, feathers. You know, you can do it?
I can certainly try.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so at any rate, you're a chicken, and you're inviting people to the meeting. And, you know, you do it yourself, and they show up. I mean, you're a cool person. You're fun to party with. You go to the bars with them, so they figure they'll come over. Not that, you know, okay. And you didn't have to use Elizabeth. So there they are. They come over. And you don't show the plan because you can't show it yet. Right? Come on, now listen to this. Elizabeth dazzles them. You know, David and Stacy mesmerize them. Oh, wow. I mean, you get re-sponsored. And those people are sitting there. Okay, and here's what happened. Oh, these are not as nice. At any rate, and guess what? You're having a trial run. You don't know it, but now you qualify because you led the people. Elizabeth's now going to let you in after you see it 2 more times. Well, that's the second time, 1 more time. And after we have a follow-up, because that's required to get on my soccer team. That's required to get on my basketball team. You can't get 10 out of 20 layups, you can't play. Are you getting this? You understand that? Okay, so you got 2 people begging to sign up. Big Alice with a look. I got to get in. This is what I've been looking for my whole life. I mean, hell, with this thing, I can get out of jail. Are you guys understanding this? They want in bed. You can't believe it. I got one! I got one! I got one! Chicken. You got one, huh? So, and you got another one. You got another one. You got 2. So you know what you do? You call me up, all excited. JR, you won't believe what happened. I said, no, what, Rick? I activated! Oh, no. It's over. Jeez. You got follow-ups? Well, with one of them, because Elizabeth booked it. You get activated, huh? It's over. You see, I'm going to explain this to you in a minute. Activation is the start of the race. The start. You know, in a race, the gun went off, you're in the car, you wheel out, and now you stall out. The worst thing a driver can do. You stalled out at the starting line. That was the beginning. The only reason we have activation in the plan, one reason. You have to build two legs. My way of building, we're going to build it together. You're going to lead the people, they're going to lead the people, they're going to lead the people. Everybody has a list of 100. They're going to do two a week. By the end of the year, they will have 8 to get in. No matter how bad they are, how irritating they are, how shy they are, how difficult they are to deal with, they just don't do it well. They stink. They're not good at it. But if they do 2 a week, especially if you're involved, by the end of the year, they will have 8 go nows, no matter how bad they are. Somebody that's really good will have a lot more. 8. 2 a week times 52 weeks is 104. How many of you did that? Elizabeth, you did. Raise your hand. Well, now you see what the problem is. The problem isn't the plan. The problem isn't me, because we did that. We did that. And then each person did it. So we're getting this multiplication effect. And it's easy because they're all on the same line. They're all on the same team. They have economic synergy. They immediately like each other and start working together. It's convincing to them all. And it becomes the only way they know. But you're chickens. Chickens just get in the coop and go all over the place and don't do nothing. The only reason chickens exist is to eat them and to have eggs. So you're in the chicken coop right now. And that's why it ain't happening. Did you understand that? Okay, so I call it activation ejaculation. Oh! Come on, man. Not here. So don't try to get them in, I know that I'm your mental enema today. Don't worry about it. I'm going to loosen you up. Okay. So this is a moment of truth. Do you have your list of 100? It's in here. It was the agreement. You broke the agreement. Now, the person that brought you in may have broke it first, and it's their fault. So now you got an excuse. You're willing to start over and not be a chicken. It's not your fault. I'm sorry that it happened to you. I wasn't there. Why I'm doing this is to clean it up. Does this make sense to you? Okay? If you were told and didn't make the list, it's your fault. Now you can have redemption. You can be born again. Let's do it right. And it will work. So it works when you work it. Is this making sense? Am I doing okay, Rick? Do they need this? Okay, compare it to 8 hours work. Compare it to running a franchise. Compare it to owning a brick and mortar business, God forbid. A lot of work. 2 a week. 2 a week, Andy. 2 a week. Oh, it's too hard? You're scared? I'll help you. Now what excuse do you have? Okay. Is it MLM or networking? Oh my God, no. You think I'd get in one of those? Do you know people in those? Well, yeah. Well, we better talk to them and save them. But what do? Oh, I know that. It's kind of, but it's really not. It's binary. Like You need the answers. Would you like me to do a webinar on why it's not MLM or networking? Okay, what the answers are, and provide facts so that you intellectually understand it first, rationally understand it, and then what the answers are. The only multi-level that I see around here is a pyramid on top of your head. It's pointed. Oh, that's what it is. It's a pyramid. Let me tell you something. First of all, you need to go back to geometry class. A pyramid has 3 sides. The triangle, like the government and your job, only have 2 dimensions. That's how dumb you are. At any rate, don't get me started. Okay, so you activated. So look, a few keys. There's powers in numbers. You have nothing going on in your business that produces numbers. You get people in and it stops. You hope by luck they will go do it. And you haven't been very lucky. Some people get lucky, and I hate them. You hate them. They get in, they get 2 people, they take off, they do it, they start earning, but you weren't lucky and it's not fair. Because you're better than them, and you work harder than them. So what are we going to do about it? We don't need luck. Probability works in your favor when you deal with large numbers. You know? Timing is everything. Everybody say that. Timing is everything. For you, the prospect, and everybody in your group. Timing is everything. So don't try to force the timing. For you not to be dependent on their timing, you have to deal with more people than you can handle. The right ones will rise to the top. You'll work with them, and then your timing is not dependent upon their timing. Are you getting that? Make sense? Oh, come on. This is the problem. Okay. Those who think will do it, don't. Those who think that will not do it, do. Or lead the people. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So when in doubt, blurt it out. And then go to getting them to talk about themselves, asking questions, learn the dances, okay? But it's only about one thing. Them evaluating it to see if they know the right people. And if you stay on that, you're going to be okay. Even if it doesn't happen that time. Timing's everything. You just get them talking about themselves. Practice and experiential learning are the only things that make you great. You cannot learn this by going to seminars. I'm sorry. The thing that frustrates me about what I'm doing right now, very few of you will do it. But when I do it with you, and some of you guys go in and do it with them, that's when it changes. But if you won't do it at all, there's no hope. You're a chicken in the coop. Okay? It helps to know what you're talking about. So what you need to do is study the answers in the themes. You don't need approaches, you need answers. And there is no answer to get them in because you're not trying to get them in. You're trying to educate them, enlighten them. So you're going to dance with the themes and be interesting and funny and fun and stupid like I am. You know? And those that are great at the business, I have to tell you a secret. They cheated. They cheated. Your great upline director is a cheater. They did something that you didn't do. You probably wouldn't do it. They practiced when nobody knew. They practiced when nobody knew, and they got decent at it. Then they did it enough to really get good at it. Okay, where am I? Did you move me to this slide because I'm behind and need to be on it? Huh? Okay, so where's the jar with 2? Where? No. I need a jar with just 2. You didn't bring it?
You're going to get it too.
Okay, I'll show you. Everybody has a list of 100, right? Everybody has a list of 100. You didn't know all these people. You knew one person that had this jar. Are you following this? I don't do this just to be funny. I do this for you to learn something. You don't have any people right now. You're not earning every week. Why not? You don't have the people. Where are you going to get the people? Well, the people that you have, or the new people that you meet, have a jar of 300 people. We're going to show them how to go through 100 of them and just get them to evaluate it, not to get any of them in, to see if they know the right people. And that's another jar, another jar, another jar, another jar. Are you getting this? And I'm just going to shake the jar. Shake the jar, evaluation. Now, not to get in, to see if you know the right people. That's the whole pitch. Over and over and over again. My God. Can't believe it. Dennis Franks. And, well, watch his profile. Dennis Franks. I didn't know Dennis. A pharmacist knew him. A pro hockey player knew the pharmacist. Knew Vince Papali. It was like 8 removed. Dennis Franks was in the jar. I didn't know Pam and Tony Bowling. Pam and Tony Bowling in the jar. But here's what you do. You know 2 people that you think would be good at this. And you're going to get them in. You won't believe what I found. It's so great. People make money at it. And it's all about the internet. And it's Market America. And they have 14 stores. And they do all types of great things. And you need to, come on. I need some people in. I need to hit a level. I need BB and IB. Come on, get in. You love it. They don't like you too much. That's what you do. Okay. Where'd I put the clicker? I'm all screwed up here. Did you put that video roll on? Okay, so when I talk about 100 names, you write them down. You help them write them down. And we're going to do 2 a week. We're going to show them what to say. And when you call somebody up, yo, you're not listening. You need a reason that makes sense to them, not you, why you're calling them, to get them to evaluate it, because they may know the right people. How many people can do that? Come on. Okay. So, I don't know where this sponsor 2 stuff came from, but the whole plan is designed to sponsor a lot more. I'm going to show you why. It's why it's vertical rather than horizontal. So I don't know where you got this, but you learned you learned the wrong way about it's not about activating. Activating is only there so when we do the evaluation approach and the trial runs, you start getting paid for it. And we keep putting 2 in every week, and we keep doing it with them, and it goes really fast then. And you're earning money, and then you got 2 legs earning money. Do you see the difference? You need to get paid while we do all those trial runs. That's why it's there. You don't do 2 and stop. Now, the chickens know that you do 2 and stop, and they'll never do more than 2. The ducks will do more, and the geese will do 8. And they fly in a formation of 7 or 8. Okay. 2 legs is more profitable than 10 legs in MLM or network marketing or in franchises. 2 legs. So the idea was not to have to do 10 and pump each one up and them all be in competition, but to do 2 and keep bringing those other ones in, you know? So, you know about this, right? It's the whole reason for the vertical plan. You only need 2 to make more money than if you did 8 to 12 to 20 horizontally. Are you hearing this? In other programs, that's what you got to do. And so, if everybody does that, you got 256 people by the end of the year on each side. You're going to be earning $3,600 and have a person in each leg earning it, which secures it. How many people understand that? Well, that's the difference between you and me. Okay? Now look, listen. There's another zinger. I know that your people don't do that, right? True or false? And you know why I know they don't do it? And if I was sitting here with just a small group, I know that your people don't do that because you're not doing it. I know that you do it. If you're not doing it, they're going to duplicate you. They see at every meeting, you never have any new people there. It's obvious. So they're in the duck walk, quacking, following you. You get in, you get 2, and that's it. We're done. So they all do that. There's no new people at the meeting. You did it the wrong way. I'm sorry. Okay? 2 a week. You 2. The next person 2. We set the example. And then it becomes the only way anybody knows. Everybody is invited because it's not hard to get them. It's only an evaluation approach. You're not trying to get them in. You're trying to see if they know the right people. Are you getting this? I mean, my God. Oh, man, I hope so. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to the wall. So, you know, the problem is, I'm giving you my all, but I know that the only way I can guarantee it to work is to do it with you, and I cannot do it with every single one of you. So you got to at least try, and we'll try to get it going. But this is it. This is how it was built, and this is what works. What's with this thing? It ain't moving. Okay, so you want to make that type of money? You want to guarantee it? I'm showing you how to guarantee it. So the point here is, and I'm behind, so I got to hurry up. Is there really that much time left on the clock? Okay, so the whole plan was designed by me out of frustration of having to build 12 to 20 legs. And as I primed those pumps, okay, and started to make money, I had to replace the pump. So I always had to be priming more pumps. 12 to 20. You hear me? You're complaining about 2? It had me so frustrated. So I spent time thinking, trying to come up with a new model, figuring it out. Everybody said it was impossible, but I figured it out. So that we put the other 12 under the 2. We do as much work, but they're all in cooperation, synergy, no overhead, and everybody's earning more than we would have earned over there. Brilliant. So what do? Just 2. That wasn't the purpose of it. So, it's designed to eliminate that problem. I don't know anything in the world, insurance, real estate, commercial sales, franchising, that you can get to stop, do no more, and make 6 figures and have a residual income. So you got to wake up. I gave you the miracle. The miracle. And what are you doing with it? So let me show you this. This is how it works. This is an unfranchised business. It could be any business. It will produce income. It'll produce sales. And it really works well. You got one. The thing is, you got to prime it. Now, it'd be nice if somebody would help you prime it. It takes a little work first. You got to have a list of 100. You got to do some evaluation calls just to get them to evaluate it and see if they know the right people. You have to have an HBP. You got to work with your sponsor. And you got to pump for a while. And they're going to do it with you in the next house and the next house and the next house to get them to evaluate it, not to get them in, but to see if they know the right people. And we're going to do the no decision close. There's no decision to make because you can't get in anyway. You have to see it 3 times. Here's why. I always tell them why. The first time you see it, it's going to create more questions than it answers. Isn't that true? The people already in are agreeing. The second time you see it, you're going to see things you didn't see the first time. True or false? Third time you see it, fireworks will go off in your brain if you're right for it. But you don't have to worry about getting in or any pressure tonight because you can't get in anyway. And you'll see it a second time if you qualify by choosing the 2 to 3 year plan over the 45-year plan. No use sitting here an hour going through it if you don't qualify and prefer the 2 to 3 year plan over the 45-year plan. Very important. I know that you skim over that, candy coat it. I drill it in because I don't want you to qualify so badly. Because if you don't qualify, I didn't waste my time. Are you getting this? So I want to make sure. So we talk about it and joke. Okay, 3 times I'm pumping. So I get it primed. How did I get it primed? We set up a meeting for some people that you know to evaluate it. And then we're going to do the same thing with them. We want them to get a few people to evaluate it over the next 2 or 3 months to see if they know the right people. Not to get them in, because you don't want to put any pressure on anybody. You don't want anybody to be getting people. And then at the end of 90 days, or we can do it in 30 days if you really want to get going. I don't want to put any pressure on you or upset your apple cart. Do it at your pace. And if they want to do the business, they're clamoring to become involved, and you got people that want to buy the product, it already worked. There's no decision to make. I make it work first. I prime the pump. And if they don't want to get in, I got their people. Okay, so we figured out with the system that it's possible to do 2 at once without sweating. Especially with the system, combinations, and in the same town, working together. You all experience this? History has proven, experience has verified. It's hard to do more than 2. 2 is easy, and it works. It actually creates synergy. So I'm priming, just like I did the single pump, the binary pump. How? How? 100, 2 a week. You got to evaluate it, see if you know the right people. Okay? When they have people, you got to evaluate it and see if you know the right people. There's no decision to make tonight. You got to say it 3 times to get in anyway. Then when the people get in, the decision's already made. They never had to make the decision. Sometimes I'll have 15 people in. They're waiting to get in. You don't need to worry about them wanting to get in or signing up. They're begging. They're screaming at me. Oh, come on. Well, I got to order products, and I got this, and I want, I have somebody that wants OPC. Okay, no more meetings. Tomorrow night, we'll have a sign-up night. You listen to this? So they all come over. Instead of having to spend an hour and a half with every one of them 15 times, they all sign up at once, and presto, Rick Hannon gets a check. Instant executive coordinator or coordinator. Santa Claus is real! You guys will catch this all on the way home. I'm having fun with you. That's how it happens, though. Andy, it works, doesn't it? I make it work first by them leading to the people and prying the pump. Now, here's what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to make this into multi-level. And this is how multi-level works. Thanks for putting that on for me. You got to get each one of these pumps, like I did there, primed individually, separately, without the help of anybody else. Okay, so Jason, go to it, buddy. Let me see you get them all primed at once to make 2,000 to 4,000 per month. Less than you would make on one binary pump that's primed. 2,100, 1,500, 2,100, 3,600 a week. Just to get 2,000 to 4,000. Come on! That one's going to lose its prime. So that one is. Come on, Andrew, we better help them. I'll give you a hand. Oh, man, I'll just keep these 2 going because I know how to do that. Come on, Jason, before they quit. I don't know, Jason. That thing don't work. Okay, Jason. Let me show you a better way. Let me save you. Give him a hand, Jason Poe. Now, for those of you who hear about multi-level and wonder, well, how's this different? That's multi-level. It's so hard, and people quit. Not only that, when you prime the pumps, Jason, where'd you go? Don't leave me, guys. When you prime the pumps, you're making money and they're not. Did you hear that? They're making money and you're not. Did you get that? I want you to remember this. Now, look on here. You got to get, or they got to get, 6 to 12 themselves. Again, primed. A whole nother row of 52 pumps here, primed by those pumps and you. You think you can do that? You can't even build 2. You think you can do that? But what if, Jason, we do it this way? 2 a week, list of 100, 52 weeks, 104, and build 2 legs. With each of us putting 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. How fast will it go? Let me see if you get this. Okay, Jason. Instead of doing that, we want these guys to help them pump and each one of them to help them pump. So everybody's pumping together. So put that one here Andrew, you might as well help him because you're the upline. Oh, he hooked it up. Don't hook it up yet. We'll pump together. Okay, come on. We can do this fast. 2 a week, 2 a week, 2 a week. Right? Out of 2 times 4 weeks, 8, you're going to get 1 or 2. End of the year, you'll have 8 goes now. Some don't make it. Oh, look at this. Look what we did so fast. Now, no more pumping this week or tomorrow night. We're going to get together and hook everybody up. Okay? Hook them all up at one time because they all want to get in because they all have people under them already. Who's going to sponsor them, you or me? You guys got this? Okay, so ready? Jason, just give that one pump. Well, hit it. Boom! Executive coordinator. $1,500. You see the difference? You did that good, buddy. And I want to tell you something. Jason was on one of the U4 seminars. Okay? He'll tell you it doesn't happen automatically. He kept at it. He's got the evaluation technique, the no decision close going. He's down in one of Andy and Jody's legs. He's making it happen. I'm looking for stars, and you're going to be one of my stars to prove that it'll work. Everybody got that? Now. So, in traditional, go back to that last one. In traditional marketing, you have to build depth for security and width for profitability. They work against each other. You run out of time. Here we do them both at once, but you got to do them in 2. But that doesn't mean that we don't keep bringing people in. It makes it work exponentially better and faster and easier. So you don't stop at 2. You got it? Am I too hard on you? Okay, so now I'm going to tell you the greatest secret I've ever discovered in the business. First of all, when you do it this way and require people to see it 3 times so you can't get in. Oh, he wants to get in. You can't get in. Or I won't work with you anymore. One more meeting, a trial run. They have a trial run at their house. We show the plan. This is how they start to learn. Okay? And then when we book those meetings and we measure them, they say the whole judgment of whether we succeeded or not is that we got follow-ups. People call up all excited about the great meeting they had with all types of important people and cool people and how well they showed the plan. Andy, what I always ask, how many follow-ups did you get? Oh, the meeting ran over, but we know them all, and we'll get back with them and whatever. It was a terrible meeting. You failed. You didn't get the first down. It was a turnover. You lost the ball. You got to wait for 4 downs now to get it back. That's not how Tom Brady plays. Do you understand what I'm saying? Though, really important. I know the Kansas City Chiefs would have beat them. I understand, I know. But at any rate, you gotta, at any rate, prospecting, qualifying. They qualify by doing the no decision close. They have to choose a 2 to 3 year plan or the 45-year plan. At the end of the meeting, there's no decisions to make. Don't worry about understanding all this tonight. My goodness, you understood the whole thing. God bless you, the smartest people in the world. I didn't understand it the first night. In fact, I created a thing and I didn't figure it out in a night. You got to see it at least 3 times. And the second time you see it, you see things that you didn't see the first time. Okay? Right now, it's created more questions than it answered. Third time, fireworks will go off in your head. And then, if we get there, we'll test it out. Because I only have so much time. And if you become involved, I have to go to work, and you don't know what to do. And I want to make sure that it works. So we'll have a trial run. We'll get some people to evaluate it. I'll help you with the calls if you want. And we're not trying to get them in. Understand that. We just want them to evaluate it because they might know the right people. And we don't want to bring anybody in that doesn't know the right people, right? And that's how I do it. Okay, so rule number one. Rule number one is that they must see it 3 times before getting in. If they qualify, at that point, they can I can mix the next one with it. They can have a trial run. If people are saying they want to get in, I don't let them in. I don't sign them up, because if they can't lead to anybody, why do I want them? I hope you get that one point at least. Okay. So when I am done and the pumps are primed and Jason gets the check, what I set in motion carries in motion. They know no other way. They are not chickens. They're ducks or geese. And they fly. So you have a problem because you have been printed as a chicken. You have to start over, at least as a duck or as a goose. So that's the rule. That's the rule, you see? The rule. It's like rules in football, soccer, baseball. If you break the rule, you're out. You get this? This is how I built this. I don't know what happened, but okay. Bottom line is I make it work first, okay? So here is the greatest secret I've ever discovered. Oh, by the way, call workshops. You're having a problem? Do call workshops. You're having a problem getting people to the meeting, doing the evaluation approach. You got a lot of people like that. Jim Winkler perfected it. Get a bunch of people together, do it together, help them with it, and get some appointments. Now, you know what a call workshop proves? 2 things. 2 things it proves. One, the first thing it proves, you were not doing it. You weren't doing the list of 100, 2 a week. You were not doing it. Admit it. Who can confess? Okay. Great. See, if you can confess and repent, you can be forgiven and be born again. It's the bottom line. It's not going to happen to you any other way. Okay, so the second thing it proves, oh, I love this. You agree? It proves you weren't doing it. You weren't doing 2 a week. You didn't have the list of 100. Do you agree? Okay, so now we understand what happened. Chickens. Second thing it proves, you can do it. You did it. It worked. You can do it. I love it. Oh, shit. Okay. See that what I cross out on these slides? Look at it. Look at the slide. What's crossed out? You know, prospecting, qualifying, sponsoring. You know, they're all inseparable. One leads to the other. Your prospect, by having possibilities and cultivating them. Possibilities lead to prospects, an evaluation approach. They're all inseparable. That's the same slide. Okay? So it begins by simply calling the people out of 100. Then the possibilities are qualified by a trial run. Then they lead to people. This is actually the ABC pattern, but I don't say that because you think you know that. Oh, I know that. You shut the door off, right? Your mind goes off. No, it's a no decision close, evaluation technique, and the trial run. If we get that going, then we'll worry about the rest. We'll be all over it. Because actually what you set in motion carries in motion. You can't stop it. I don't know why it keeps bringing up the same thing. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, so at any rate, can you get me to the geese? Okay, and by the way, everybody is going to lead to somebody who's entrepreneurial or someone with networking experience. They will lead to them. You just got to get the bean jar filled, shake it up, get the nuts, do the evaluation technique, get the list of 100, start doing it every week, do the trial runs, no decision close, and then when we have the people, there's no decision to make. Does that make sense? Put that back up. Okay, thank you. Okay, I want to go over something I'm going to go 4 minutes over. I got 10 minutes here. I have another session after lunch, and whatever I don't get here, I'll get there. Okay, so this, ladies and gentlemen, a moment of silence. I want you to be very quiet and listen to the greatest discovery and secret in the business. This is mind-blowing. It explains why everything happens. Everything happens. It's called imprinting, not duplication, imprinting. It's the greatest secret and discovery, and I was a biologist. I studied biology, had a master's in biology, and when you're like that, you never get rid of it, right? So there's this thing that's just very intriguing and foul. Nature has given them a mechanism to survive and to be okay called imprinting, where in their genetics, they copy the mother and the other birds when they're born. And they learn to do everything. Genetically, it creates actual neural pathways in their brain by copying. If they don't do it well, or they can't do it and they don't survive, and they become lower in the pecking order. You ever hear the pecking order? Those that don't imprint well and do it well, the other chickens or ducks or geese peck on. You get them out of the way. Okay, so what happens? I'm going to try to get through just a demo and then explain the rest of it when I get back. As usual, I talk too much and go too long. Okay, so when you bring somebody into the business, listen to this and think about it, especially you guys. Really, I want you to really concentrate on this. When you bring somebody into the business, the way you bring them in is the way they will do it, even if it's wrong, even if you sit them down and teach them, even if they go to seminars, even if you tell them every time, I know I did it this way with you, Pam, but tonight we're not going to do it that way because it doesn't work and it's wrong. They will still do it the way you brought them in. It's imprinted. They always fall back. Gary, they always fall back into the pattern. Always. It takes so much to not be a chicken. So when a chicken is born, it's in an egg. It comes out of the egg and it sees its mother. Its mother is right on top of it. You guys are supposed to cool it until I go through this. Yeah. The mother is all over the baby chicken. Only one egg hatches at a time so that this can happen. It's timed that way in nature. They don't all hatch instantly at the same time, maybe several minutes apart, but not at the same time, so that it can imprint, and the mother bonds with it. So now the chicken gets up, and it follows the mother chicken. You ever see chicks with the mother? They're all around her, in no formation, all confused, but all right underneath her, right? You ever seen this? And so the mother goes, peck, 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 and that's how they learn how to eat. and they all copy it. Right? Then the mother has the little chicks follow her. In no formation, just a cluster all around. Wherever she goes, there's a bunch of little chicks running around. The roosters follow the male dominant rooster, and they copy it. The rooster goes, cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! To chase the rats and cats away and to define its territory. You ever seen this? So the little roosters learn to do the same thing. But nobody's in any formation. It's all confusion. It doesn't really matter because all they're there for in the end is to lay eggs and to be eaten. So they push them all into the coop, and the chickens all follow the mother like this in a group around her, pecking. They're always pecking, you notice, into the coop. True or false? Okay. They don't know why it's that way. They don't know how they learned it, but it helps them survive. And they get along and they get food until they're eaten or lay eggs, because that's their purpose. True or false? They don't know how they learned it or why they're doing it. It's just the way it is. Okay. Where's the clicker? Put the first thing on. Okay, so see how close the mother is? She's pecking the eggs because they're ready, and the chick comes out. They all don't come out at once. And look at them, how they're bonding. And they're going to start to imprint and copy exactly what the mother is doing. And it goes into her brain, and that's how they become a grown-up chicken, by following and copying the mother. They learn how to peck, how to get the food. Is this making sense to you? Okay, watch this now. Next one. So here's all the chickens in your coop. Okay? They all now know how to peck. The pecking order is who imprinted the best and follows the mother. And when they go around in a cluster, all disorganized, pecking, getting the food, but pretty safe because they're all together. You agree? That's chicken imprinting duplication. Okay? They're very disorganized. There is no formation to them. There's no organization. There's no line. They're all over the place. But they're in a coop, and of course that helps them escape being attacked. It works. Everybody follow that? The way it works with chickens is there is no order. There is no formation. There is no V. There is no organization. It's just a cluster something until they get eaten. Sorry, that's how a lot of you came into the business. Ready for the next one? The rooster, and every group has a rooster in it. They don't do anything. They don't produce much, but they protect the group. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Do it my way. I'm the leader. Cock-a-doodle-doo! They're not holding any meetings. They're not doing the no decision close, Andy. They're not doing the evaluation approach. They're not doing the trial runs. They're not doing the pattern, but cock-a-doodle-doo! There you go. I cut it off too soon. Make it go one more time. That was funny. Okay, so on to ducks. Now, those are like the waiting people in your group. The people that are in, don't know why they're in. You hope they lay an egg. Somebody's going to eat them. Okay, you don't want to be a chicken, right? But you can't help it if you're a chicken. Oh, by the way, did you know chickens can fly? Put that one. Chickens can fly, but they don't know it. And they do not imprint. They don't teach them. They can't fly far because they're fat. But they can fly 16 feet to 18 feet. They don't fly, though. Why? Because it wasn't imprinted. Okay, so we don't want to be a chicken. But we may be chickens already. It's unfair. This is your sponsor's fault because they were a chicken. And maybe theirs was. So we got to forget it and start over. Now, the next thing is ducks. Ducks, oh, you want to do the chicken thing, right? Okay, so here's what happens. Come together. There is no formation with chickens. But see, when you're born, okay, and we come out, you see me. And that's how we learn to eat. We can't fly, we can't swim, so we just stay in the coop, right? Okay, now, where's the next slide? Where's the thing? Put me on the next one. Ducks. So when I come out as a duck, there's the mother duck, and the mother duck goes like this. Quack, quack, quack. And that's how it learns to eat. And quack. Did you see that? Okay. So, we never practiced this before. But they learn to follow the mother. So when the mother goes, they follow in 2 lines. That's how they learn to eat. Quack, quack, quack. And then they're in formation. Next. See how they learn how to eat? Then they follow the mother down to the water. Quack, quack. And she starts swimming. They copy the mother. They imprint. Then, next one. Whoops. They learn how to fly. And what happens, have you ever seen ducks do this? They get in formation, and the mother goes like this. Until they catch a breeze and fly. And they fly in formation because of safety, and it creates an uplift. It makes it easier. Ducks can fly in formation for a couple 100 miles to go where the food goes into warmer weather. It's not a true migration, though. Okay. Geese. They're ducks flying in formation. They learn how to fly. Those are your stable people that are trying to go now, that you can get going. They're definitely not chickens. Making sense? Now, geese are much more sophisticated. When they come out, they too eat. Honk. 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 And when they walk in almost perfect V formation. Binary. Watch. Honk. Honk. Very eloquent. Put the next one on flying. Then she teaches them to fly, and their wings are big. Then they take off. How did they learn to do it? They don't know how. They simply copied the mother and don't know any other way. They don't know how to be a chicken. They don't know how to be a duck. They only know how to stay in formation and to be eloquent. They can fly 1,000 to 2,000 miles because in the binary formation, it creates an uplift, an aerodynamic current, an uplift to make it 70% easier to fly. They always have the best food. They have a change of climate. They have a language. And they're living the life. But they don't know any other way. They don't know how to be a duck. And they don't know how to be a chicken. And they will always go back to the way it was done by the mother or the lead bird. The next season, they'll come back and have more eggs. And one of the birds that flew it leads the way on the same path. Your leader. And there's two V's. You following this? This is absolute science. So in a business, if we do it like a goose with 100 names, 2 a week, no decision closed, have to see it 3 times. Evaluation approach, not to get them in when we eat. We do it like a geese. Only to see if they know the right people. And then they evaluate it to see if they know the right people. And in that formation, until we get there, and we will fly every year, eloquently in formation. That's how we do it. When I come back, I'll take what we just did and put it into the steps of the business in 10, 15 minutes, okay? The pecking, the eating, the formation, the swimming, and taking off and flying in formation. One more time. Why does it work for the geese? Because they didn't know any other way. It was done right with them. It imprinted. But in the business, if you do it the wrong way and are a chicken and try to become a duck, you keep going back to being a chicken unless we start over. Because we always go back to the way we were brought in. Think about it. So we want to bring them in starting now the right way, as geese, and get into geese formation. Start the geese procession. Okay, I'll see you this afternoon.